This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. Well, we're getting around to August of 1986, and as a reminder, we're coming off the heels of the biggest Great American Bash tour ever. Of course, in 85, it was really just a one-show sort of deal. But we got 13 major shows here in 1986 called the Great American Bash, and we're even going to hit up San Antonio on August 1st. We had Wahoo and Tully Blanchard in action. Of course, you had to do something with Magnum and Nikita if you're in Texas, and they did a Texas death match. But what I really liked about August 2nd is the 605 show featured an opening shot of David Crockett in an empty Fulton County Stadium. And he's talking about the last of the Great American Bash tour shows, because we know that you guys are going to have the big show that night, August 2nd, 1986. There's 12,000 in attendance. This is the very last stop on the Great American Bash tour. All kids tickets bought that day were just $5. The Road Warriors, Ricky and Robert, they're all going to sign autographs before the show. And we've got Joe Ely, Delbert McClinton, and Ricky Morton in concert, with the main event being Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair in a cage. What do you remember as a little kid growing up in Georgia? You grew up watching the Braves, and now you're on their field wrestling. What a cool thing this must have been for you.
Yeah, you're not kidding. It's awesome. That goes back to, one of my favorite things is like these signings and stuff, or just talking to people in general when they, they come up and they say, hey, I used to go and, either to live events or whatever it may be, or sit and watch at 605 on Saturday with my grandfather or my father or whatever. I used to watch wrestling and all that stuff. I used to sit in the floor at my granny's. My granddaddy had one of those big 9-band radios when they first came out. I mean, the big ones, like a boom box, but it was just a radio, and he could pick up the Braves games. This was before they were on TBS all the time. This was when I was a kid. And I would just sit there and listen to that radio and listen to the Braves. And it was awesome. Now I'm walking around in Braves Stadium, and there's the Braves locker room and all that stuff. It was really, really cool. Really was.
Well, I hope everybody gets an opportunity to go watch some of these clips. We're going to have some of these clips of what's going on for you in August of 1986 over at the Arn Show on Twitter. But man, I just love that shot of David Crockett in the empty Fulton County Stadium, with the dugout right behind him. Of course, you're sitting at home watching the syndicated show. You saw that to go off the air. The Rock and Roll Express were going toe to toe with the Andersons. Well, if you showed up at Fulton County Stadium, like 12,000 fans did, you saw Ricky and Robert take on Ole and Arn in a bunkhouse match. We don't hear a lot about the Rock and Rolls in a bunkhouse match. It is a different style of match. What do you remember of a bunkhouse match here at Fulton County with Ricky and Robert?
Well, right off the get-go, it would favor the Andersons, I would think. We got no problem picking up any piece of movable furniture and hitting you with it. Not an issue. That's not their style. They were a great tag team. They used quick tags, double teams within the 5 count, and all the legal things that you can do as a team, they did. All the illegal things you can do as a team, we were more than happy to do. So we felt like we were going to have an advantage, and no qualms about it. We're not worried about public opinion, and it's all within the rules anyway if it's a bunkhouse match. So we were feeling pretty good about it.
Well, no doubt about that. And buddy, they were drawing money everywhere you went. It was the Rock and Roll Express show, including Asheville, North Carolina. It's a matinee show on August 10th. And check this out. This is unbelievable. There's a Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson concert. A concert. What do you remember about these Rock and Roll Express concerts? You had to be shaking your head like, we're doing what now?
Well, I'm sure they were rotten. I mean, I'm sure they had to have a backup band that was pretty fair, and their mics had to be turned way down low for that to fly. There are a lot of things. I love those guys, tremendous performers, tremendous athletes, but singers, not sure. I don't see Robert singing any Barry White anytime soon, put it that way.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at savewithconrad.com.